Election integrity is now law in the state of Texas.
A controversial election reform bill is on the books in Texas.
Lawmakers approved Senate Bill 1 in the second special session. Here are a few changes included in the law. It expands early voting hours while preventing 24-hour voting and drive-through voting. It gives partisan poll watchers more free movement inside of polling places.
It also bans local officials from sending out unsolicited mail-in ballot applications while adding an ID requirement to those applications and ballots. Republicans say this law will make it easier to vote but harder to cheat. But Democrats say it will suppress votes.
As KVUE's Darrenisha Herron shows us, groups are already fighting to block the new law.
House Democrats broke quorum twice to delay the passage of what they call a voter suppression bill. But Tuesday, Governor Greg Abbott made Senate Bill 1 law.
It does also, however, make sure that it is harder for people to cheat.
Before he could put his pen down, several groups filed lawsuits challenging the bill, including the Texas NAACP.
We think that it makes it more difficult for people to participate in the process, particularly people of color, and that this bill has a number of different ways in which it makes it more difficult for people to exercise their fundamental right to vote.
John Greenbaum is a lawyer for the NAACP. The new law goes into effect in December, but he hopes to have a ruling before next year's primaries. But University of Houston political science expert Brandon Rottinghaus says getting this law overturned won't be easy.
The case law on this typically favors the state, and the burdens have been made a little bit more challenging in recent cases so that it's harder for people to be able to prove discrimination.
Election integrity became a hot button issue after Americans voted in record numbers in 2020.
The fact that this is such a reaction to the notion of election fraud, which is such a rare thing, even according to the Attorney General, is obviously connected to the partisanship on this issue.
If the new law stands, Rottinghaus says it could fuel Democrats to rush to the polls. In Austin, I'm Darrenisha Herron.